NKTelco Sports presented by Grand Lake Health. We're here at Anna High School to bring you high school varsity girls basketball action, where the Varsity Raiders take on the Anna Rockets. Tonight's game is sponsored by American Trim, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, NKTelco, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Fly Gem, Precision Strip, Schwieterman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, and Ferguson Construction. Welcome here to the launch pad here at Anna High School here. I'm Brandon Codeman, alongside me, my partner tonight, Greg Burning, here in the launch pad. And Greg, you look here, you got a Shelby County League battle early here between two pretty good teams, two solid teams are going to probably be in the upper end of the Shelby County Athletic League. Looking first here at the guests, the Varsity Raiders. They sit here at 3-2 after routing Newton on Monday by about 30 points.
Yeah, they've had a pretty good start to their season, as you mentioned, 3-2. Led by Ashley Scott with 9 points per game, also Olivia Mormon with 8.5 points per game. As you mentioned, coming off of a win over a good Newton program, looking to continue that streak here today against a solid Shelby County League opponent.
Yeah, and you look on the flip side here, the hometown Anna Rockets. You and I were here a week ago, a little over a week ago, doing the game that they played against Botkins. Anna pulled away in that game. They've got a lot of good talent. They're sitting at 3-1. Their lone loss came in their previous game, where they lost by about 15 to New Bremen. But this is a very good Anna team that can compete and potentially make a deep tournament run.
Yeah, like you said, they lost to New Bremen, who's come off to a real good start this season. I don't believe they've lost a game yet to this point, but Anna playing some nice basketball, led by Kip Rowland with 10 points, also Barhorse with 11, and Ella Dosek with 12. So they've got good balanced scoring and size on that team, and going to be a handful here at home, which they always are. It should be a good matchup here today.
Yeah, we'll have that matchup here and the starting lineups here next for you on NKTelco Sports.
Schwieterman Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwieterman purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Welcome back here at the launch pad here at Anna High School here for this contest between the Varsity Raiders and the Anna Rockets. Now with the starting lineups here. And we look here first for the guest, the Varsity Raiders. Got number 32, a 5'10" senior forward, Jessica York. Got number 10, a 6-foot forward, Ella Haney. Number 12, a 5'6" junior forward, Caitlin Monin. Number 14, a 5'5" senior guard, Olivia Mormon. And number 20, a 5'8" junior guard, Ashley Scott. They are coached by Andy Timmerman. Now looking at the home team, the Anna Rockets in white. Start out, we got number 24, senior Kip Rowland. Number 32, junior guard, Mary Landis. Number 40, girl in the middle, Lauren Barhorse, the senior. Number 12, senior Kayla Ambos. And rounding out the lineup, number 20, junior point guard, floor general, Ella Dosek. And Anna is coached by Jeff Maurer in his 3rd year at the helm. And tonight's keys to the game brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. What do you got for us, Greg?
Thanks, Brandon. First, for the Varsity Raiders, got to handle the pressure. Anna typically likes to apply a lot of ball pressure, and Varsity has been kind of an issue for them, ball handling in general, and then playing physical. Both these teams good size. Anna definitely is going to work on the high inside-out play, and Varsity is going to have to combat that with some good physicality and get some easy points. They only have 2 scorers in around 9 and 8 points average for the season. Against the solid Anna team, they're going to have to make sure they get some easy buckets as well.
And here on the flip side here for the Anna Rockets.
Talked about the inside out. It's a big point of offense, emphasis, I should say, on the offense for Anna. Also, the other part is rebounding, reload, rebound. Got to get inside and control the board, and then defend the perimeter. Rushi really likes to work from the outside in, so they're going to shoot from the outside more as Lauren Barhorst starts the game off with 2 for the Rockets.
And easy high-low there pitch to Lauren Barhorst there to draw first blood there for Anna, and they lead 2-0 on our first National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Yeah, they do things a little different than a lot of teams. You'll hear a lot of teams play outside in first, set the perimeter up to work the inside. Anna's just the opposite. They're going to pound the ball into the paint like you just saw in that first possession to Lauren Barhorst. You'll see them play a lot with Kip Rowland at the high post area, so they'll go high, big to big in the paint. And they do a nice job of that, so it's going to be important for Rushi to keep them out of that lane.
Big mess of traffic there. Shot deflected off the Raiders from Ella Dosek. They'll be able to set up under the basket. Rockets going to go in a box setup here. Dosek, the inbounder, gets it to Barhorst, intercepted by sophomore Ella Haney.
Yeah, nice read there by Haney. She saw that coming all the way, stepped in the passing lane, gets the turnover.
Ashley Scott, the junior floor general here for the Raiders, to get it right wing to Jessica York. We're down to Caitlin Monin. Over to Olivia Mormon. And working on the inside to Ella Haney, and it is swatted away by the much taller Lauren Barhorst. That's kind of just a mismatch there on the inside there all day. Lauren Barhorst will swat that away. And Jessica York gets a steal. Get up to classmate Olivia Mormon, and tipped off from Michaela Ambos.
Good defensive pressure here by both teams. Little sloppy play here early on, which we kind of expected just because of the intensity. Rushi, though, trying to get their offense going in the half court.
Inbound the corner of Caitlin Mon. She'll fall on the inside to Jessica York, and it's swatted away again by Lauren Barhorst, playing pretty straight up there.
Yeah, Rushi's going to have to figure something out there on the offensive side to get a better look at Barhorst, as you mentioned, because she's just standing there. She's just that much longer than the rest of the players, so they're not going to be able to typically do what they do, which is shoot over everybody as they turn the ball over there.
And Barhorst gets a steal, so her defensive presence has been pretty big early on here for the Rockets as they hold on this 2-0 lead. Landis working at the top of the key, works it out to Ella Dosek. Dosek over to Rowland. Rowland working it over to Ambos. Trying to work it on the inside. Ambos will kick it back out to Landis, over to Ella Dosek. Dosek working her way on the inside, and we'll get a trip to the charity stripe. The first foul of the game. That foul is on Jessica York, her first. First shot does not fall for Dosek. I'll immediately see some substitutions. Got freshman Kate Sherman and junior Kendall Monin coming into the game for Ashley Scott and Ella Haney. See Kate Sherman here, freshman, brought up early on from the JV team, pretty quickly here for fourth year coach Andy Timmerman. And the charity stripe shots are split there by Dosek to give Anna a 3-0 lead.
It also gives Anna a chance to set up their full court defense, which Rushi does a nice job of working through.
High post out to Olivia Mormon, right wing. Mormon gets over to Caitlin Monin. Working on the inside. There's the steal. Ella Dosek off to the races and gets up to Landis. She makes a move on the inside. Outside Ambos, 15-footer, no good. Out for the ball in the corner. And there is a jump ball. The arrow will favor the Raiders.
You got to give Rushi a lot of credit there. As you mentioned, Dosek got the ball. It looked like she was going to have a layup. I'm not sure she wouldn't have, but deferred to give it up. Gave Rushi enough time to recover defensively. Did a nice job keeping Anna to a tough shot there and getting the defensive rebound.
Raiders getting the ball up the floor. Work it back and forth. Kendall Monin gets it across the timeline over to Olivia Mormon. Their primary ball handler, Ashley Scott, is on the bench right now. Kate Sherman in, the freshman. She did the duties of getting Lauren Barhorst on her. And Mary Landis with the steal. She's up in the open, challenged by Monin, and the layup no good. Mormon corrals it. Right ahead, Jessica York, 3 minutes in on the inside to Kate Sherman. She steps through, fires, and is fouled by Kip Rowland. It's kind of just a mess there. And
some acrobatic work, excuse me, there by number 4 for Rushi, Kate Sherman. Will get her a chance to go to the free throw line. It's a tough catch just to bring in on her part, let alone get a shot up for it. So she'll take these 2 free throws.
And it goes in and out as Haney and Scott will come in for Jessica York and Caitlin Monin. That gives the Raiders their primary ball handler, Ashley Scott, and facing this full court pressure that Coach Maurer has applied. And charity stripe free throws are split. And I'll bring Anna's first substitution in, number 10, Kaylee Brewer, in for Coach Maurer's squad. And that's really something, Anna's depth, kind of a question. We don't really know much of their bench squad.
Yeah, like you said, we played them against Botkins. They didn't play a lot of bench. They played 1 or 2 girls off the bench, really stuck with the first 5 a lot. On the flip side, Rushia's already done quite a bit of subbing here, but if you're Rushi early on, you got to be pretty happy. It's 3-1. They've turned the ball over 4 times already and have only given up 3 points, so they got to be pretty happy where they sit. On the flip side, Rushi really struggling to get in their offense due to that good Anna defense.
Raiders working it around. They'll give it to Ashley Scott. She's matched up with Ella Dosak. Picks the dribble up, gives it back to Olivia Mormon. Mormon trying to go high-low to Kate Sherman. Overthrew and goes in the hands of Barhorse. The 5th Raider turnover. We're not even halfway through this first quarter. Dosak stops, pops, fires. Nothing but net there for Ella Dosak.
Yeah, the turnover is not the way you want to start. The second thing you don't want to do is leave one of the best shooters on the Anna team wide open. And Ella Dosak, like you said, knocks down the jumper.
The Raiders have to do a better job picking him up in transition there. Nice job by Dosak. Mormon's right wing, guarded by Ambos. Work it around.
Rushi really needing some penetration. Everything's been from the perimeter or dumping it into the post. You know, not really getting any kind of dribble drive at the basket to break down some of that Anna defense.
Mormon for 3, no good. Foul on the rebound attempt. It's another Anna substitution, number 22, Leanna Rowland. And Caitlin Monin for Andy Timmerman's squad. .343 remaining. Your 5-1 Anna lead on our first National Bank Think First scoreboard. Brewer left wing, guarded by Scott. Out here in the timeline. And Dosak will recontrol it and set up the rocket attack. Nice ball screen hedge. Gets the ball over to Barhorse there. And that's a nice defensive play by Kate Sherman to hedge that ball screen there.
Yeah, in the half court defensively, Rushi's really done a nice job. I mean, Anna only has 5 points. The struggle's been the offensive side. Really have had a difficult time getting in any kind of sets because, as we mentioned, there's no penetration. So Anna knows this, and they're really applying a lot of pressure on their guards, and they turn the ball over there again.
And there's another Raider turnover, 2:52 remaining. Dosak fires 3, no good. Rowland gets the rebound. Get outside into Ambos. Scrum for the ball. Haney ends up with it. Scott looking to push it up the floor. She's met by Ella Dosak. Over to Kendall Monin.
I think if I'm Brandon, if I'm Coach Timmerman here, maybe start putting some screens and high ball screens into their guards. You know, give them a little opportunity to, like I said, dribble drive and create some openings, because right now it's clear the Anna defense is just hounding those guards.
And a nice play in there by Lauren Barhorse to cause the jump ball.
So that'll be another turnover as that goes over to Anna on the alternate possession.
Five to 1 here, low scoring first quarter here at the launch pad. As Dosak brings the ball up the floor. Guarded by Kendall Monin, he'll work it over Brewer. Over to Kip Rowland. A nice screen there by Ambos. The Rockets working around the perimeter. We're over to Leanna Rowland. Over to Kip Rowland. She has a nice shot fake, blows by the defender, but she shuffled the feet. Kind of a sloppy offensive first quarter here by both squads as Jessica York and Olivia Mormon come in for Coach Timmerman.
Lots of turnovers. That is 11 turnovers total for the game so far, with almost 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 7 by Russia, 4 by Anna. Not exactly what you were hoping to see here.
Yeah, it's a Saturday. You know, sometimes when Saturday games are a little tough to get ready for.
There's that ball screen we mentioned a minute ago, so that was a nice looking idea for Russia. Gave the ball handler there a little opportunity, a little space. I believe that was Caitlin Monin driving to the hole. At least gave Russia a chance to get a shot up, which they haven't been able to do in a lot of their possessions, so a positive there.
Yeah, shot went off the iron there from Kendall Monin. Raiders gonna look like they're going into a little half-court trap here. Ball worked in the corner to Mary Landis. Caitlin Monin did a nice job trying to harass Landis, but she fouled. And it'll take it side out here.
The foul was on number 12 for Russia, Caitlin Monin, her first.
Dosek wide open. And lucky for the Raiders that didn't fall. Up ahead, Jessica York. We'll hand it up to Caitlin Monin. Raiders working it around, trying to get an open look. Something they haven't been able to do. Credit the Anna defense. And add another turnover in the column for the Raiders. Dosek works it up ahead over to Mary Landis. Over to Hope Bixler, who just worked her way in the lineup. Mary Landis penetration over to Leanna Rowland. She attempts to take it baseline. Reverse back to Landis. Ball momentarily broke up, but momentum regained by Dosek over to Landis. She'll attempt a 17-footer, well short, but Hope Bixler was in the right place at the right time. Banks it in for the 7th and a point of the quarter. Caitlin Monin left wing. Raiders yet to score a field goal yet. And there's another Raider turnover.
The numbers continuing to climb for Russia as they sub back in the ballgame Ashley Scott. And for the Rockets, number 40, Lauren Barros will check back in with 27 seconds remaining here, quarter number 1. Also checking in is number 24, Andrea Monin for Russia.
And Andrea Monin, senior, her first action of the ball game. As Dosek working it over, works over to Mary Landis. Landis sees the ball screen back over Kippenrod. She drives, works her way up and under. Nice score by Kip Rowland, and back-to-back possessions score for the Anna Rockets.
Rowland, a very versatile player for the Rockets. Showed it there. She can take it off the dribble. She can also shoot the 3 and is a very good passer. As I believe Monin's going to get, I'm sorry, that's not Monin. Number 10 is
Ella Haney.
Ella Haney, thank you, going to the free throw line for the Raiders.
That foul's on Mary Landis, kind of an undisciplined slap on the arm there. It'll be 3 shots here for Ella Haney before the Raiders desperately need something to fall as they make the first of 3. No field goals this quarter are going to result in no field goals, so Kate Sherman, the only person in the scoring box for Coach Andy Timmerman, as Haney hits the first 2, which is the response the Raiders need after Anna pieced together back-to-back offensive scores there after kind of how lethargic first quarter from both teams offensively. And Haney goes a perfect 3 of 3. And the other remaining 2/10 end, and we will head to commercial break where the Anna Rockets lead the Russia Raiders 9-4. You're watching high school girls basketball on NKTelco Sports.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
And back here at the launch pad here at Anna High School, where the Anna Rockets lead the Russia Raiders 9-4 after a really turnover-played quarter, especially on the away side for the Russia Raiders, Greg.
Yeah, definitely 9 turnovers for Russia, just 4 for Anna. still both higher than you'd like to see, but Russia really struggling to get the ball into any kind of offensive threat. As you mentioned, no field goals that whole quarter, all free throws. Honestly, they're really lucky to only be down 5 points. Their defense was solid. That kept them in the game through that first quarter, but they definitely got to figure out how to get the ball in the lane a little bit better, off the dribble, and give themselves some open shots, because they just didn't create any that first quarter, and they're going to start the second quarter with a turnover as well.
And the beat goes on for the Raiders, reaching double digits in the turnover column with 8 seconds into the second quarter. Dosek will bring it across the timeline, and we'll work it here for the Rockets. They go high-low, Lauren Barhorst, and she's deflected by Ella Haney. Nice, clean defensive play. Barhorst was in a tough position right under the basket.
But that has been the good, the good part here so far in this ball game for Russia. Defense has been very good, done a nice job inside. They're one of the few teams that match up well with the Anna size. They've got the size to combat that. But that was a much better offensive possession, even though it didn't count as a point for Russia. Nice little drive in the lane by Scott, just didn't get the runner to go, but that was the best shot they've probably gotten here so far in the ball game.
Yeah, credit to Anna there, and that was a big question mark for the Raiders coming in this season. How are they going to be able to score? And nice deflection by Jessica York. That doesn't happen. Easy bucket there for what would have been for Mary Landis.
Again, the defense helps out for their lack of offensive efficiency, if you will.
Raiders trying to work it around here. 9-4 Rocket lead still here on our first National Bank Think First scoreboard. Brandon Coverman along with Greg Burning here on this Saturday of Shelby County Athletic League basketball. Ashley Scott works at high post. Trying to work it around. Lauren Barhorst works to the hole, and there's the first Raider field goal, and it comes with 6:45 in the second quarter here.
And that's that drive to the bucket we were talking about. You know, when somebody's playing out on you that hard, the only way you're going to get an open shot is to drive past it. You can pass and go a little bit, but Anna's very quick, and they defend very well, so you're going to have to get to the bucket like Scott just did there. Great basket. Now they get a turnover, and Russia has a chance to get right back in this ball game.
And kind of a mental mistake there on Coach Mauer's squad, that over and back. You see Ella Dosek's played very aggressive here so far. Credit to her, she's played a nice overall game. She just hasn't had her threes to fall here so far.
And that's the other thing on Russia's side. If you start to make some shots or you drive past the defense a little bit, they're typically going to back off after that and give you a little space to take an outside shot.
High-low there, pretty easy read there for the Anna defense. Mary Landis with the interception. And Dosek fouled on her attempt to the hole. Coach Andy Timmerman did not like that.
Foul's going to go against number 20, Ashley Scott, her first. And now the 14th foul for Russia.
Ambos get over to Barhorst. They get a nice back screen there for Dosek. She'll reset the Rocket attack.
And have been struggling these last few possessions as well on offense. They sit at 9. They've had good opportunities, just haven't quite been able to convert, as you get a nice play in the paint there from Barhorst, which will send her to the free throw line.
Great ball movement on there on the perimeter by Anna to work it on the inside to Lauren Barhorst. 2 free throws will come for the 2019 first team all-county selection.
That foul was against Jessica York. That was her second, so I assume she will check out and right on cue. She'll exit the ball game.
Sherman comes in. Lauren Barhorst trying to end this 5-0 Raider run that they've accumulated. So you saw the replay there. Barhorst will go 0-2 from the line, and Sherman pulls down the board. And give it up to Andrea Monin. Back over to Olivia Mormon. And Anna will call the dogs off, so to speak, on the press.
Yeah, again, another dodged bullet there for Russia on 2 missed free throws.
There's an illegal screen there on freshman Kate Sherman. And now that's 6 fouls against the Raiders, so the Rockets will be in the bonus the rest of the half.
First foul on Sherman, the 6th, as Brandon mentioned, the 16th foul against Russia, only 2 for Anna.
Caitlin Monin comes in for Kate Sherman for her short lived time here in the game. And Ella Dosek come and set up the Rocket offense. It's over to Leanna Rowland, over up to Michaela Ambos. In fact, this team made it to the sectional finals last year, lost to ultimately the Versailles Tigers. 20-footer, no good. Foul under the paint, and it looks like it's going to go against the Rockets. Let's see who it is against. There's a sea of bodies going after that ball. They're going to call it on Lauren Barhorst. It'll be her first, team's third.
Another substitution for Rushi. Checking in the ball game is number 5, Kendall Monin.
A 9-6 Rocket lead here. They've led the whole game. It was 9-1 at one point. Raiders on a 5-0 run. If you want to even call it a run, really, with how far we're in the game. 5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Ella Haney high post. Sophomore gives up to Olivia Mormon. Mormon looking to work her way in, gives it to Kendall Monin. They just continue to work up and be patient for their shot. Kendall Monin loses it off her knee. It should be Rocket ball, and it is.
So another turnover for Rushi. That'll bring their total to 12 now here in the first half. Kip Rowland checks back in for Anna.
Anna looking to end their long drought. Have not scored yet this quarter, almost halfway through the second. They'll work it in the middle. They're going to try to spread the Raiders out. Long three, Kaylee Brewer, no good. If I remember right, she was the one that hitting all those threes the other night in the second half against Bakken, so certainly got to stay on her if you're Rushi. Raiders working around. Ella Dosek with the steal. She's off to the races. Tracks the foul there. We'll go to the line for 2. Nice job by Dosek to invite the body contact in there of Scott. That is her second foul, I believe. Actually, hers her second foul. And that might signal her going to the bench here. As we see Andrea Monin at the scores table, and Dosek cannot connect.
Free throws have been a real struggle here this afternoon for the Rockets.
See the replay, Dosek just reading that and drawing the body contact. And Dosek fires away, and it falls in, and Anna, first time they scored this quarter. Only one field goal scored between the teams here this whole second quarter. Just work it around. Olivia Mormon, right corner. Trying to work it in on the inside. They get up Ella Haney. Cross-court pass, Kendall Monin. She shot fakes, drives baseline under the basket, and a nice move, Kendall Monin. And the Raiders have cut the deficit within 2 here. It's 10-8 on our first National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Yeah, good finish at the basket by Monin. As you said, gets the lead down to just 2. It's like Rushi just won't quite go away. You feel like Anna's dominated this game, except down at the defensive end, Rushi has rebounded very well and really limited Anna to 1 shot in each possession.
Good help side defense there by Haney. Brewer gives up Kip Rowland. Rowland inside Barhorst, nice positioning, and that's just easy there for Lauren Barhorst.
And that's really what Rushi has done a nice job of limiting Barhorst's position inside. She gets loose there, and Anna did a nice job to find her for the easy 2.
If the Raiders guards can keep attacking, you saw Monin there in that last possession, kind of like what Ashley Scott did. That's when the Raiders have been successful with what little success they've had on offense. And they're going to call that off of Rushi, so add another turnover in that column for the Raiders. And Ambrose right wing working it. Looking for Rowland. They're going to give it up to Brewer. Over back to Dosek. Inside positioning Rowland. Nearly walked. Got away with it. Most likely dragged the pivot foot.
Yeah, it looked like she was going to go up for a layup, and then at the last minute changed her mind. Definitely got away with the step.
Rowland working high post. Inside out. Dosek wide open and just falls out. Scrum for the ball. The arrow will favor the Raiders here on the jump. Boy, if you're a Raiders, you're lucky you didn't give up a bucket there. Left open Nella Dosek wide open for a 3. She's going to make you pay for that most times.
Yeah, and it's really what this game has been about. A lot of opportunities that Anna has been given and can't take an advantage of.
And Coach Andy Timmerman wants a timeout. We'll take one with them. We'll be back here on NKTelco Sports.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a third-generation family-owned business with locations in Sydney and Walpock, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on first, second, and third shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
Ply-Gem Residential Solutions is part of Cornerstone Building Brands, North America's largest manufacturer of exterior building products, and the success of our company is directly related to the contributions of our employees. We are currently looking for machine operators, maintenance technicians, forklift operators, and more to join our growing team at our facility in Sydney, Ohio. Ply-Gem offers competitive pay, a full benefits package, as well as opportunities for bonus pay and long-term advancement. Become a part of our strong foundation.
Back here at the launch pad here at Anna High School here, Greg, and the offense starting to pick up a little bit here these last few minutes for both sides here.
Yeah, Anna has really struggled just to finish at the bucket. You know, they've had some really good opportunities, but give Rushie's defense credit. Mentioned it before, their size matches up well against Barhorst and Roland in the paint in particular. Rushi has done a nice job getting a couple of penetration shots when they could. Unfortunately for them, they just keep turning the ball over. But that's the part that's kind of a shock, right? You think that Anna would be a lot farther ahead. It feels like they've really dominated this game. Rushi now has 15 turnovers, and Anna has only been able to convert that into 12 points.
Yeah, that is big, a big difference there. You can't convert those turnovers into points, so. And they're going to call a shooting foul.
Yeah, they got a break. Anna got a break there as Ambus did not look like she was even trying to get a shot off at that point. But regardless, it's going to be 2 shots. And not sure who the foul was called against there.
I did not
thought it was 12 for Rushi, but yeah, it was. It would be Caitlin Mon in her second.
See the replay. Yep, it would be Mon in there. She did stick her arm out as Elena Garrity comes in, gets her first action of the ball game. Ambos here. Spins the ball. Dribbles a couple times, steps, fires, and hits. Michaela Ambos going 2-2 from the charity stripe, which we've not seen from any team tonight. And the Raiders really losing the ball there, tipped out by Dosak. See Kate Sherman coming right back in the ball game for the Raiders. Elena Garrity will go right back to the bench. Go long to Olivia Moorman. We're down 9-1 at one point, made it 9-6. And Olivia Moorman traveled.
Yeah, tough look there. Right idea by Rushi, but boy, that's a tough drive in the lane, number 1. Number 2, they're double teaming the paint position, and you're trying to force that ball in there. But part of that's just understanding the ball handling, right? You dribble into that lane. If it's not there, you pull it back out and reset your offense. Another turnover as a result by Rushi.
Ambos thought about it, pulls it back over to Landis, back to Dosek. Ball tipped in the backcourt. Ambos recovers, 1:25 remaining in the opening half. Rockets up by 6. And Kendall Monin, nice and aggressive there, but can't quite corral the ball.
Yeah, we talked about it this whole half. Both these teams play really good defense. Rushi not quite able to come up with that one. It stays with Anna.
Coach Jeff Maurer wants a timeout. We'll take one with them. You're watching girls high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Hello, New Bremen. I'm Matt Everidge with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your cable, telephone, and internet services.
Hey, Minster. This is Nate Henry with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your existing cable TV, internet, and phone service.
Hey New Knoxville, I am Wesley Meyer at NKTelco. We are here for you and your customer service needs.
Hey Maria Stein, I'm Ken with NKTelco, and we are here for you with hometown pride.
Back to the action here at the launch pad. You see Anna in their offensive set here, up 14-8 on Russia with about a minute remaining until halftime. Kip Rowland working it in the lane, scrum for the ball. Barhorse picks it up and one. Kind of a wild circus there, results in a Lauren Barhorst and one.
Yeah, give Lauren Barhorst a lot of credit there. Is that bucket she made there really was just a loose ball. You know, the ball was down on the floor. There were three other Russia Raiders in the vicinity. She ripped it away, muscled it up to the basket and scored. Get a chance at a three-point play. That last foul was against Olivia Mormon, her first. As you see Barhorst there stepping to the free throw line.
Barhorst steps, fires, and sinks it. The largest Anna lead of the game now at 9. They were up 9-1 at one point. Raiders did cut it within 9-6, but ever since, it's been an 8-2 Anna run. Olivia Mormon wide open, long shot, and that's a long two there from Olivia Mormon, ending the Raider offensive drought.
And that is not what we've seen from Russia so far this entire half, because they never get a good separation by that. Great job by Caitlin Monham to drive through the lane, see the open teammate, and bring her team back within 7.
Nice roll there by Lehanna Rowland. Raiders recover there, can't quite get to the basket. Barhorst looks inside to Ella Dosak. Gets the ball tipped, it'll stay with the Rockets. 25 ticks remaining here in the half.
You know, what we haven't seen a lot from Anna is that high-low we talked about. You know, I haven't seen Rowland catch the ball at the high post area and go big to big inside to Barhorst. And I think a lot of that's a credit to the Russia defense. They fronted Barhorst in the paint a lot, which makes that play very difficult to run.
Seems like Anna's running constant back screens here for each other, trying to get someone wide open for a three.
Down to 5 seconds left in the first half.
Hope Bixler, she's gonna have to take a wild shot and block, and that'll bring us to the half, where the Anna Rockets lead the Russia Raiders 17-10. We'll be back here with halftime stats here. You're watching girls high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
At CAPT, we use hometown opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
In the Grand Lake Health System, great health care is about creating a personalized experience. We're here for you at every stage of your life, to care for you with compassion and courtesy, to support you with an honest approach that values communication and actively seeks your collaboration, to treat you in a safe, welcoming environment where quality and service always come first, to create truly grand experiences. For more, visit grandlakehealth.org/grandexperience.
Back here at the launch pad here at Anna High School, where the Anna Lady Rockets lead the Russia Raiders 17-10. And with the first half stats, here's Greg Burning.
Thanks, Brandon. As you see the stats pulled up there on the screen, it was a very heavy turnover-prone first half, especially for the Russia Raiders. They had 16. Neither team shot the ball extremely well, but a lot of that due to turnovers and just being in that part of the game. It's hard, you know, those turnovers weren't led into transition points. They really were mostly half-court, tough passes, out-of-bound throws. Neither team shot a three very well. Neither made one. Free throws a little better by Russia as opposed to Anna rebounding. Pretty consistent. Actually, Anna, I think had 10 rebounds, so they had a 1-point edge there. But scoring leaders for both teams. For the Anna Rockets, they spread it out pretty good. Dosek 4, Ambus 2, Bixler 2, Rowland 2, and Lauren Barhorst the leading scorer with 7. On the Russia side, Ella Haney had 3, Monham 2, Kate Sherman 1, Olivia Mormon 2, Ashley Scott 2. So we talked about it earlier in the pregame. Russia definitely going to have to focus on scoring, getting back into this game. Really going to have to stay on the paint presence, because Lauren Barhorst had a solid first half. She could easily do the same in the second half, because when she got the ball in the paint, she's scored a lot. Give Russia credit, though, because they kept her out of the paint quite a bit in that first half.
And the Rockets start the second half with the ball, and they'll start by getting a nice second chance opportunity there by Lauren Barhorst. She has 9 points. It seemed very quiet.
Yeah, right on cue. She did the dirty work in the first half. We talked about it. She wrestled that one loose ball away to get it up for a score. Did the same thing there. Basically got a good offensive rebound, put it back up and in, and extends that Rocket lead back to 9.
There's 3 there by Olivia Mormon here. And for the Raiders, got to try to prevent a Rocket run here. It started with a bucket. Not a missed shot opportunity.
Yeah, chance here for Anna to really extend their lead. Obviously a danger time here for Russia as they're trying to stay within striking distance.
Ball tipped in the backcourt, recovered by Rowland. And Anna coming fresh off. I doubt the Rockets even had practice yesterday with their boys winning. Jump ball arrow favor the Raiders with their boys winning the Division VI state championship in football yesterday. Congratulations to the Rockets and Coach Marino over there. Did 3 of their games this fall, and it was fun to watch them.
Congrats again to Anna. And on that last play, we missed a great hedge out top by Jessica York, who jumped right into that pass across the top to time that ball immediately and reach her hands in and get the jump ball. It was a very heads-up play for them. Again, Russia defense doing the job. Can they convert here on the offensive side? There was a foul in the last possession, I think was on Mary Landis, which would be her second for Anna.
Ball deflected there, and Scrumford is picked up by Caitlin Mon, and she's fouled from behind. I believe it might have been the aforementioned Landis. Let's see, and it is.
So if that's Landis, that is quickly her 3rd foul.
And immediately to the scores table goes Kaylee Brewer. And Caitlin Monin heads to the line. And she alligator arms the first one as it rolls out. 19-10 lead here.
Landis checks out, as Brandon mentioned. Brewer checks back in. We talked about not a lot of depth on that Anna roster. They have not needed it here today, but there's going to be a second opportunity for Russia as that one's knocked out of bounds on the missed free throw.
Monin goes 0-2 from the line, but yeah, luckily for the Raiders, it goes off of Barhorst, and the 3 is overshot there by Scott, but it is regained by the Raiders. They'll work it around. Olivia Mormon looking to get it inside, deflected. Jump ball, arrow favors the Rockets.
It's going to be the first turnover for Russia to start the second half. Again, it's just a tough situation. You know, there's 2 bodies down in the paint guarding Ella Haney. They're trying to get the ball inside the paint. And just a tough scenario to try to really force a ball in, which resulted in a Russia turnover.
Rockets trying to work it around. Rowland kicks out to Dosek out near the white line. Coach Maurer shouting out instructions. Works it into the short corner. Nice ball movement. Leanna Rowland gets the foul. Exquisite ball movement there by the Rockets.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there from Russia as they were double teaming a couple of players inadvertently, which led to Rowland having that wide open lane down the middle. And her 2 free throw attempts.
And Rowland nails the first free throw. The Rockets now doubling up the Raiders 20-10. As Kendall Monin will check in for Caitlin Monin. Rowland takes 2 dribbles, tips the knees, fires, and off the iron. Raiders will set their attack, looking to score their first points in the second half.
I believe it's their largest deficit of 10. So Russia in big need of a bucket.
York fires, no good off Kendall Monin. Good way the Rockets. It's just been really tough. The Rockets have done such a good job, like you said, Greg, once that ball's gotten inside the key of really shutting down any potential Russia basket.
Right, and a lot of it's just been straight up basketball as far as facing the bucket, right? There hasn't been any spin moves in the paint, working on a hook shot. You know, when you got 6 foot or 6'1" going to 6 foot, it's not that hard to defend if you're just going to turn and shoot, and that's what's happened a lot. You know, they need to work on a spin move into the bucket, an up fake, something that, you know, will will get a taller girl out of position a little bit as we go to a timeout.
Yeah, Coach Andy Timmerman calls a timeout. We'll keep it here. I'd like to thank our sponsors, American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gym, Precision Strip, Schwederman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Ferguson Construction. Keys to the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Replays, winner and mixed meats. Player of the game, which Greg and I will select later, is brought to you by NKTelco. And our scoreboard is always First National Bank, think first. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school basketball on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can catch those replays Saturday, December 8th at 4, and you can also catch it Sunday, December 9th at 6. You can also watch the games on demand on the NKTelco Sports Facebook page and at nktelco.com. And here you see the Rockets working it around. Ball deflected. Barhorse recovers over to Ambos. Dosek, nice move in the lane, and there's a charge.
Yeah, great help in the paint. I believe that was number 14, Mormon, for Rushy stepping in to draw the charge.
You see our winner quality meets replay. Mormon might not have been set in the right position, but when you barrel in the lane and you lower a shoulder like that, it doesn't really matter.
Dosek picks up her first foul.
Scott driving left side, almost walked. Haney wide open shot and just falls out. Scott the rebound and the putback. Ashley Scott fought for that basket. Credit to her, and she hits 4 points now.
Yeah, great second shot attempt there for Rushy. And a good job by Ella Scott, as you mentioned, just to kind of use her size advantage over Dosek in the paint and get a 2 for Rushy.
Long 2 by Kaylee Brewer, and she responds there for the Rockets.
Right on cue, big bucket as the offenses start going here a little more in the second half than did the first.
Olivia Mormon works around Ashley Scott. She looks to fire, pulls back over Ella Haney. Haney works over Kendall Monin. Monin loses her footing, and it's intercepted by Ambos. And she got away with a double dribble there, fortunately for her. And a couple substitutions, each number 24. So Kip Rowland for Anna and Andrea Monin for Rushy. See if the Rockets try to set a back screen for Dosek under the basket. Get in Lauren Barhorse, getting pushed around there. It's out Rowland, and that'll be over and back. And Kate Sherman now enters the ball game for Coach Timmerman. And Timmerman in his 4th year, 2010 graduate from New Bremen High School. And Jeff Maurer, also an Anna graduate. And nice move, nice give and go from Kate Sherman to Olivia Mormon.
A nice finish at the basket, especially by Mormon. Looked like she was running out of space, able to squeeze right in between those bigs down there and get the finish.
A nice help side defense there by Mormon. A circus shot, but
we've seen a lot of this. Sorry, Brandon. We've seen a lot of that play here today, which was the ball getting forced inside to Lauren Bars, and she just ripped it away from everybody else again and said, I'm going to get a shot up here, drew the foul, and now is going to have a chance to go to the free throw line to earn 2 more.
Barhorse fires, and she nails it. .346 remaining, 23-14 on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard, as Kate Sherman will go up ahead and get the board. 9-point advantage here. Rockets have led the whole time, have not trailed in this ball game. Olivia Mormon wide open. She attempts 3, fires, no good. Barhorse wins the battle over Kate Sherman for the rebound. Dosek over to Ambos. Over Ella Dosek. Cross court pass to Kaylee Brewer. Over Kip Rowland.
Good defense there applied by Rushy's Jessica York. Almost gets that one off of Anna, but it'll stay with the Rockets as a couple Rushy substitutions come back in. That's Ella Haney and also number 5, Kendall Monin.
See the replay of the scrum for the ball here. Looked like it might have went off of Rowland's knee, but We don't have official review here, Greg.
Can't slow that one down, check it out, zoom in.
Not quite. Dosek works near the foul line, extended over to Brewer, over to Ambos.
It's probably a good thing we don't, because it would take 10 or 15 more minutes, to slow the game down.
Exactly. Rowland up top of the key. And Coach Jeff Maurer calls the timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. It's 23-14, 2:49 remaining. And really, if you're in the Shelby County League this year, everyone's looking up at probably what everyone's saying is the best team in the state, the Fort Laramie Redskins. And look at Rush's given Anna a pretty good battle come into this year. Laramie's by far and ahead the league favorite. They beat Rushi 71-15 last Saturday. Not a down on Rushi, but just showing you how good Laramie is. Might be one of the best teams to ever come out of Division IV. I know you've seen girls basketball in this area for longer than I have. Are they one of the best teams you've ever seen?
Calling me old, Brandon? Thanks. No, I'm
older.
Just kidding. They're a very nice team. I think the most impressive part is we've seen 2 solid defensive teams here. They're another level up. Their defense is phenomenal, and they're super deep. They can easily play 12 players and not lose anything. So they're going to be a handful for anybody they play. As you mentioned, they beat Rushi. They beat the 2-time defending state champ Minster Wildcats by, I think, 30. Like, it was pretty impressive.
Raiders work it up. They've got a breakaway. Ashley Scott going to stop pop fire from the foul line. No good. And a late foul there. That's Lauren Barhorse is getting the ball. That's going to be on Ashley Scott, her 3rd. So Ashley Scott entering a little bit of foul trouble.
Yeah, good defensive play there by Scott. Got herself kind of in a tough spot, wheeling through the lane. And usually what happens when you take a shot you don't make, you retaliate and foul, and that's exactly what happened there.
Ambos weaves in and out. They work it over Kip Rowland. Nice shot fake. She works in the lane and one. Nice move by Kip Rowland.
And if you haven't seen Kip Rowland play before, you should. Here's a great example. If you see the replay here, she does something that I feel like girls sports struggle with a little bit. Basketball, I should say, is a really good shot fake. Like, a lot of people want to hurry into their shot fake, but she does such a great job of really making you buy the shot fake, which means it has to be extended a little bit, it has to be slowed down a little bit, and she makes you buy it. But what's impressive, I think, is that for her size at 6 foot, she does it. She makes the free throw there as well. She is a very good passer. She's a good defender. She shoots the ball well. She'll step out and shoot the 3. But when you can add that little pump fake to your game, well, it makes everything else better as well. So great job by her there. She extends the Anna lead to 12.
Yeah, when you talk about Anna, you talk about Barhorse on the inside or Dosek controlling the point. Kip Rowland's kind of that happy medium there for him. She can do just about everything. She can play about anywhere on the floor, too. She gets you a nice 6 to 8 points a game. She plays nice defense. As Ella Haney goes up and around Lauren Barhorst, and the Raiders finally get some paint points.
And, we talked about that at half as well. Doing something else in the paint, being Rushi, right? They turned around and went straight up a lot of time over the Anna Biggs. Great ball fake there by Ella Haney. Gets Rushi back to within 2.
140 remaining, 26-16 on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Kip Rowland trying to look inside Barhorse. They go Ambos. Ambos fires from 3, in and out. Barhorse gets it on the 2nd attempt. And Lauren Barhorse now at 12 points.
She just keeps working in the paint. Every time we've looked up, you see her being Lauren Barhorse down there out battling everybody else and getting the easy bucket.
Andrea Monin, left wing, over to Olivia Mormon, over to Jessica York, over to Ella Haney. Haney, 10-footer, no good. Kilmon might have got away with an over the back there. 1:02 remaining, 28-16 Rocket lead.
And there was a foul called there. It was against Kendall Monin.
Whistle blown quite often here. 6 fouls already against the Raiders. The Rockets will be in the bonus the rest of the half. Pretty quickly there. Raiders struggling with that, fouling a lot. Ella Dosek, left wing, looking for a shot. Works on the inside of Barhorst, and Barhorst will go to the line for 2, and there's the 7th Raider foul.
And I feel like Rushi's kind of, I don't know if they changed their tactic from the first half, but they did a much better job of fronting Barhorst and not letting that pass happen that just did there. And we've seen it a couple times here in the 3rd quarter as Barhorst steps in the free throw, hits that. But she's gotten a lot more opportunities, I feel like, here in the 2nd half. As you see here, it's an easy entry, right? Russia didn't allow that in the first half. They were doubling down on her and really making that a hard play. If she catches it that far in the paint, they're going to have a real hard time controlling Lauren, as she's having a nice afternoon here, makes both free throws and is up to 14 points.
Yeah, Lauren now, as the game kind of goes on, so to speak, she's having a more of an impact on this game. 30-16, the Rockets' largest lead of the game. They're only up 7 at halftime, so they've doubled that, being up 14 now, with 40 ticks remaining. Olivia Mormon near the timeline, guarded tightly by Ambos. She picks up the dribble, and jump ball, the arrow favors the Raiders. Looking for an opening. Raiders get it to Kendall Monin near the backcourt. She better get back out of there. She works in the lane, throws up a wild shot. An off-balance shot. Rockets working the break. Ambush trying to draw contact. It'll deflect off Haney. Rowland over to Leanna Rowland. which I would assume would be sisters. Kayla Ambos inside Kip Rowland, and nice up and under by Kip Rowland, and now it's 32-16. And a long three attempt off the mark. That'll take us to the end of the third quarter, where the Anna Rockets doubling up the Rooster Raiders 32-16. We'll be back for the fourth quarter after this on NKTelco Sports.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler, with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community, with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Back here for the final 8 minutes here of regulation here at the launch pad, and the Anna Rockets doubling up the Rooster Raiders 32-16, Greg, and Anna only up 7 at half, now up 16. What changed that quarter?
Yeah, they really did a much better job of finishing at the basket. You see a timeout called there by Anna. They're doing a much better job of, this is 30 seconds, so finishing at the bucket. You know, in the first half we talked about, it was very close, but you felt like Anna should have been way ahead. You know, they just weren't quite getting that last piece of the play. They weren't finishing at the rim, and they weren't able to get a shot to fall. Well, here in the second half, that's completely changed. Roland's got a couple nice buckets inside. Lauren Barris has done a great job. She leads all scorers, I believe, now at 14. They just really worked the ball around well. They haven't turned the ball over much either. On the flip side, Rushi's getting better looks, but they're still not getting the ball consistently in their offense. They're really struggling to kind of get some motion and movement going, but I got to credit Anna. They just came out with a whole other level and have really worked to get that ball in the paint. And it's paid off as they've got some nice looks. And they missed one there. Lauren Barris was wide open on the roll.
And Ambos double dribble there. I think she knew it. Coach Maurer kind of throwing his arms up. Coach Maurer in his third season here at Anna.
Yeah, I think if you're Rushi, you got to start looking to change something. Pressing, running a different defense, different offense, something. Because you're not out of the game yet, but the way things are rolling through, you will be shortly if you don't make some changes. And again, there's another turnover, or just unforced throwing to nobody underneath the bucket.
Just communication there on the Raider offense, and Anna will take over. 7:15 remaining. Anna in Division III looking to make a run. Made it in the sectional finals last year, losing to Versailles. And There's a jump ball. The arrow favors Russia.
Yeah, good effort there by Caitlin Monin. Gets the turnover. See if Russia can convert that to offense.
Raiders will inbound it. Side out in front of the Anna section. Up Kate Sherman over to Ashley Scott. And tack on another turnover in the Raider column. It's kind of been their hitch tonight.
Yeah, exactly 20 turnovers now for the ball game for Russia, 11 for Anna.
Rockets working it around. Rolling over to Ella Dosek. So working it over to Ambos.
And there was a change in the defense. You see a open break there. As did a little run and jump there by Russia, which results in a 2-point bucket there by Jessica York.
Yeah, good call there, Greg. And they're kind of going in that half-court trap. They showed it a possession earlier in the first half. And they kind of backed off it ever since. Ambos wide open three, and it won't fall. Ashley Scott, the first one to the ball, and she'll walk it up.
Sometimes, like I said, you're behind. You have nothing to lose anyway. You might as well change some things up. Give the team a couple different looks. If it doesn't work, you try something else. But give credit to Russia for mixing things up on defense a little bit, get the turnover, get an easy bucket. That's the best part. If it does work, you got a chance at getting an easy basket, which we talked about in the pregame as well. And those have been few and far between for Russia.
They're just trying to work it in. They work it inside to Ashley Scott over to Jessica York. And Jessica York would go to the line for two.
So back-to-back good plays there on the Russia offense. I'm not sure who that foul was against.
Mary Landis.
Thank you. That'll be her fourth, I believe.
And rims out for Jessica York. She has the lone Raider basket of the final period. 32-18 here on our first National Bank Think First scoreboard. Brandon Coverman here, along with Greg Burning on this Saturday here in early Shelby County Athletic League action. And the Raiders missed both, but York gets her own rebound over to Scott, working inside. Scott trying to go up and draw contact. Scrum for the ball. I believe they're going to call a jump, and they will. Arrow will go to the Rockets. And Ambos will sub in for Landis, who just picked up her fourth foul momentarily ago.
Yeah, that's a tough play again. We talked about Russia driving the lane. They get in the lane. You pick your dribble up underneath the basket. The hardest thing, I think, to do when you're down in there and you're little, you're not going to get it to anybody else very easily. Your best choice is to look to the perimeter. Everybody's inside. You might be able to kick it out and get a good open look, as Anna just did there.
Brewer wide open three, and the Raiders' half-court defense has improved. I think kind of doing what you said there, Greg, kind of changing things up a bit. Kendall Monin trying to work it on the inside to Sherman, and Barhorse just rips it away.
Yeah, I think it's great they keep trying to get it in the paint, but there's a difference between getting it in the paint and forcing it in the paint. And right now, Russia just keeps trying to force it in there, and a lot of times there's not the opportunity, and it's resulted in a turnover.
Anna gonna work it around. And I think they're gonna call illegal. Screen there on Kip Rowland. The Raiders are in the bonus the rest of the half. And substitutions for Coach Timmerman's squad will be Caitlin Monin and Ella Haney.
I didn't see that play happen pretty quick, but it was called on the offense, as you mentioned. So again, another opportunity for Russia. If they get a couple quick buckets here, they can get themselves back in the ballgame. But again, the offensive side has been a real forced issue here this afternoon for Russia.
They're just working around. Scott working her way on the inside, trying to draw contact of some sort. Loses it. Barhorse ends up with the rock.
And that's really been the play for the day, right? Drive in the lane, get in there, but don't go anywhere with it. You know, another thing is you don't always have to go, good defense by Russia. You don't always have to go all the way to the basket either, you know. There's that middle range area as Russia's able to come up with a turnover. There's that middle range area where you can drive past the defense and pull for an open jumper, but instead we teach to drive all the way past it sometimes, and then you get in there with the bigs and there's nowhere to go.
4:21 remaining. Rockets still up 32-18. I know your favorite part of coming to Anna, Greg, is getting a rocket dog. You failed to mention that yet.
Hey, it's definitely one of my highlights. Always a good concession time snack. If you've not been to Anna before and had a rocket dog, I strongly suggest it. It's a great concession snack in the area. One of my favorites. Good look inside there, Jessica York.
Yep, Jessica York has all 4 Raider points this quarter, and ever since the Raiders have kind of changed up that defense, things have kind of gone their way in that short period of time. So
now the tough part is they're running out of time, and they get into, and that's what happens too, right? You get it into a post person, she's wide open, but you force a little bit of a change. She hurries her shot and misses it. And now Rushi, good shot there for 3. Oh, that would have been big.
York gets the rebound. Jump ball arrow will favor the Raiders if they go there, and they do. And maybe it looks like Coach Andy Timmerman was listening to our broadcast, probably took your suggestion there.
I'm sure that was it.
Ball gets into Ashley Scott. She'll fire another 3. Just out. Scott's a exceptional shooter.
Yeah, if she gets one of those to go, it definitely would impact the change of this game, get the lead under double digits. As Rushi running out of time with 3, just under 3.5 remaining in the ball game.
Kate Lamont inbounds in. Olivia Mormon trying to get inside positioning to Jessica York and Rowland. Nice job of.
Yeah, that's just a bad pass. You can't. You're trying to throw it into the paint 25 feet from the basket. You know, it's just unforced and not needed, especially when your team is trailing, and then you commit a foul, which will walk to the other end and let Rowland go back to the free throw line for 2. I'm sorry, be a 1-and-1.
Rowland dips the knees, fires, and connects. 13-point Rocket lead.
And Kip has had a nice second half here. She now has 8 points.
I'll be with Ella Dosak's only had 4 points, so nice job as Rowland now accumulates her 9th point. 34-20 Rocket lead. Scott brings back over the timeline nearing the 3:15 mark here in the 4th quarter. Nice little give and go. Rockets discipline on that. They gave up a basket to that exact same play earlier. Nice fake by York on the inside. Can't get it to fall. What a good attempt. There, and the Rockets will set up their offense. Barst over to Ella Dosek. They're just going to be patient here with this lead. And they find Mary Landis, who does a nice little reverse layup. And Mary Landis works her way in the box score.
Yeah, great feed there. Out top into Landis and a very athletic reverse layup. Pushes the Anna lead, I think, to its biggest at 16.
Yeah, I think it's tied for their largest lead of the game. York working it there on the inside. Rowland off the glass, no good. Nice defense there by Kip Rowland. And she has just had a nice overall game, not just offensively, but defensively. And York piecing together a nice quarter. She had a steal, I think it hit off her foot.
Yeah, it's good defense, though, as you mentioned, by Jessica York. Unfortunately for her, able to knock it back was Rushi with a deflection. There you see the backdoor cut by Landis and the reverse layup.
Nice.
Just over 2 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Nice little move there by Mary Landis. It's working at Barhorse all alone. Can't get it to fall. And now a turnover, a foul.
And the defense has just changed things up just enough for Anna. Like Rushi's changed it up just enough that it's forcing Anna into some things they're not quite comfortable with, like a wide open shot, and then turn the ball over. So Rushi gonna have a chance to walk down, shoot a 1-and-1 here, and cut into that lead.
Kendall Monin the junior will attempt the free throw, dips the knees, fires, and nails it. There's now within 15. Coach Andy Timmerman wants a timeout. We'll keep it here. I'd like to again thank our sponsors, American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Schwieterman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Ferguson Construction. Keys to the Game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Replay of Winners Meets, our player of the game, which Greg and I will pick later, is brought to you by NKTelco. And our replay is brought to you by our scoreboard is brought to you by First National Bank Think First. Again, NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of high school basketball on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can catch the replay Saturday, December 8th at 4 or Sunday, December 9th at 6. You can also watch the games on demand on the NKTelco Sports Facebook page and at nktelco.com. So a nice 15-point cushion here. Looks like it's going to result in the Rockets' victory, which will push them to 4-1.
Yeah, and Anna's had a nice game, as we talked about before. Moving forward, they're definitely going to have, you feel like another person contribute their offense. You know, they've got Roland, they've got Dosek, and they've got Barhorst, and they can lean on those three pretty good. Landis gives them a little bit here and there. Ambus the same, but you know, and they do have a nice Kaylee Brewer coming off the bench. But as they move forward, especially if they want to try to go up against the likes of like a Fort Laramie, they're definitely going to have another scorer to handle that pressure and to get them some additional points. As a free throw made there by Monin.
Kendall Monin goes 2-2 from the charity stripe. Raiders applying that full court pressure now. Kiparilla working out near the Rocket logo. Over to Ella Dosek. Just going to swing across in a Hornet style set. Get over to Landis. Cross the court, working it to Dosek. Looks like And's just milking a clock until they get a wide open shot. Roland trying to work through the defense. A minute 18 remaining. Minute 2 remaining. Mary Landis. Landis fires the 14-footer, no good. Rebounded Scott. Scott gonna bring it past the timeline. 50 seconds remaining. Over to Olivia Mormon. Mormon works over on the nice flare screen to Scott. She's got a wide open three. Can't convert. And 40 seconds here. Let's see if Coach Maurer just sees if he can run the rest of the clock out. 32 seconds left, 36-22. Raiders will fall to an even 500 at 3-3. So Roland will work the ball around. Looks like Ella Dosek will sit there and play pitch and catch here with Roland. So 4-1, the Rockets will move, stay undefeated in league play at 2-0. Landis over to Ambos, and that'll be it. The final here from the launch pad here in Anna. Anna 36, Rushi 22. We'll come back with the final stats here. You're watching girls high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
In the Grand Lake Health System, great health care is about creating a personalized experience. We're here for you at every stage of your life, to care for you with compassion and courtesy, to support you with an honest approach that values communication and actively seeks your collaboration, to treat you in a safe, welcoming environment where quality and service always come first, to create truly grand experiences. For more, visit grandlakehealth.org/grandexperience.
Hello, New Bremen. I'm Matt Everidge with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your cable, telephone, and internet services.
Hey Minster, this is Nate Henry with NKTelco, and we're here for you for your existing cable TV, internet, and phone service.
Hey New Knoxville, I am Wesley Meyer at NKTelco. We are here for you and your customer service needs.
Hey Maria Stein, I'm Ken with NKTelco, and we are here for you with hometown pride.
Back here at the launch pad here at Anna High School. And here for our final stats, here is Mr. Greg Burning.
Thanks, Brandon. As you see the stats there on the screen, a lot of turnovers by Rushi, 25, way more, I'm sure, than Coach Timmerman would want to see. Neither team shooting the ball extremely well, neither making a three-pointer, both actually struggling from the free throw line, but Anna doing a little better job getting the ball in the paint and finishing in the paint, especially in the second half. that really was the story of the game. Here's the scoring breakdown points-wise. Each team leading the way for the Anna Rockets. Lauren Bars had 14, Kip Rowland had 9, Bixler had 2, Brewer 2, Michaela Ambus 2, Ella Dosek had 4, and Lena Rowland also had a point, and Mary Landis had 2 as well in that reverse layup. For the visiting Russia Raiders, they had a host of people with 4 points, but Ella Haney led scoring with 5. Kendall Bonin 4, Olivia Mormon 4, Ashley Scott 4, and Jessica York 4, and also Kate Sherman had 1. So that's really the scoring breakdown of both teams. And really, like I said, the turnovers are a big side of this game, and you just got the feeling that Russia, the game plan was to get at the paint. They've got good size. There's no reason they shouldn't, but they really struggled to really set their offense up and get going. I know when I was playing many years ago, one of my favorite coaches, who's now coaching at St. Mary's, Coach Dan Hagemeyer, used to always say, your offense should have a start and a stop. You know, you should run a play, you should get in a position, there should be some movement, and it should start and stop. There should be changes of speeds, and I feel like Russia didn't do that a lot today. Their offense, when they got the ball going, it was one speed, it was go, you know, and like when you're trying to get the ball in the paint, that's your start and stop, right? You get the ball out in the perimeter, you give a couple ball fakes, you look for your post person, then you dump it inside, and then you move again. I felt like they were trying to do that on the run a lot, you know, and it's very common, but they'll get better at that. I think they got a bright future ahead of them. They just struggle here today against Anna, who is a solid team. They've got a lot of experience on their team on the Anna side, as we mentioned before, with Rowland and Barhorst and Dosek, not to mention Mary Landis as well, and Ambus. So good battle as we expected here in the Shelby County League.
Yeah, and our player of the game, Kip Rowland.
Yeah, we talked about her a couple different times during the game. She does a lot of the little things that do provide opportunities for this Anna team. You see a great replay there. She's pump fakes, goes in the lane, scores. She's a very good passer, shoots the ball well, defends well. Really does a lot of the little things that make this Anna Rocket team go. Congratulations to Kipling getting the player of the game.
That'll do it for our broadcast tonight. We'd like to thank our director, Bryce Hamrick, assisted by Patrick Tueller. On camera, Jacob Johns. For Greg Burning, I'm Brandon Coderman. For a final time here from the launch pad, the Anna Rockets take a victory home tonight by the final score of 36-22. We'd like to wish everyone a good night.